Bulgarian split squats teach you how to control your body on one leg, which translates directly to better squat mechanics. Pausing at the chest, adding in a little bit of tempo training, keeps the chest tight and generates power from a full dead stop, which is exactly what you need to build strength through that weak point. Your core's main job isn't to flex your spine. It's to resist movement and keep your spine stable under load. Hey everyone, what's up, broads? Welcome back to the Broads Podcast. I am always so glad you're here. I am just honored. I feel so good. Before we start, let's take a quick second to make sure you follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube so you absolutely never miss me or an episode ever again. Today, we're diving into 5 accessory exercises and what they actually fix in your main compound lifts. Because here's what happens. I know, I've heard it. You hit a plateau on your squat or your bench press and you think, I just need to squat more, or I need to bench more. But sometimes doing more of the same movement isn't actually the answer. All my runners out there know that you need strength because maybe it's not just running that makes you a better runner. It's also the strength training. That is where accessories come in. But not just any accessories like earrings and necklaces and hair ties. You need the accessory exercises that target your specific sticking points. And today, I'm going to break down exactly which exercise fix which problems so you can train smarter and actually break through those plateaus, because everybody hates a plateau. They're not that bad, but it's okay. We'll get over it. So let's get into it. Accessory number 1, the dreaded but loved by Miss Tara LaFerrera. I guess I'm a Mrs. Bulgarian split squats. I know you hate them. Everyone hates them. I don't understand why actually everyone hates them. I think it's like because you don't have the best setup for you, but let me help with that because this is the exact movement that you should be doing. Bulgarian split squats fix 3 major issues in your squat. First, they address any side-to-side strength imbalances. Most people, myself included, have one leg that's stronger than the other, and bilateral movements like back squats can hide that. Bulgarian split squats, step-ups, lunges expose it and actually force you to fix it. Second, they build glute strength in a deep range of motion. So if your glutes are weak, you'll see some knee cave, forward lean, or you'll struggle to get out of the bottom of your squat. Now, Bulgarian split squats hammer your glutes, especially when you have a slight forward lean, where you actually need it the most. And third, they improve single leg stability. So if you feel wobbly in your squat or your knees track inward, it's usually a stability issue. Now, Bulgarian split squats teach you how to control your body on one leg, which translates directly to better squat mechanics. So let's talk about how to do them. First of all, I want you to set your back foot up on an elevated bench or box just above your knee height. Bench height absolutely matters. Your front foot should be far enough forward that when you drop down, your shin stays vertical and your knee doesn't shoot too far past your toes. When you're doing this movement, you want to keep your torso angled forward slightly. Your core is engaged. You're going to lower yourself down into your back knee hovers the ground and then drive through your front heel to stand back up, focusing on squeezing your glute at the top. You can also do this in a squat rack and actually hold on to the rack to guide yourself down for a little bit more stability. If you are adding them into your programming, you can do 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg, rest about 2 minutes between sets. If you missed the episode on rest periods, go back and listen to it. You can do this with dumbbells, barbell on your back, or even just your body weight if you're totally new to them. And I would place them after your main squat work as your first accessory movement. Accessory, important to the compound. Accessory number 2, paused bench press. Now, this one is a game changer for anyone who gets stuck at the bottom of their bench press or struggles with full lockout strength. So if you need that like extra support at the end of your press, this is great. Paused bench press usually fix your actual sticking point. Most people lose tension at the bottom of your bench press. The bar touches your chest and you either bounce off of it or you lose tightness and you can't really drive it back up. So pausing at the chest, adding in a little bit of tempo training. If you missed that episode, go back and listen. It actually keeps the chest tight and generates power from a full dead stop, which is exactly what you need to build strength through that weak point. It also reinforces proper bar path. when you pause, you can't rely on momentum to get that bar back up. You actually have to press it in the right direction, slightly back toward your face, which ingrains better technique. So when you do a bench press, you kind of want like a C movement with the bar. It also builds time under tension. That pause increases how long your chest, shoulders, and triceps are working, which is so great for hypertrophy, which is building muscle, and strength endurance. So how do you do them? So set up just like a regular bench press, like with a barbell. You're going to lower the bar to your chest with control and then pause for 2 full seconds. Keep your shoulder blades pulled back and down, your chest up, and your feet driving into the ground. After the pause, you're going to press the bar up explosively. We're trying to create that power with your chest. And you don't want the bar to sink into your chest during the pause. You want your chest to stay nice and tight. Okay, so when we are programming this into our workouts, we want to be doing between like 3 and 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps. We're on that low end of reps because they take longer to perform each rep. And you want to rest between 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes between sets. You're going to use about 70 to 80% of your regular bench press max. And these are super taxing, so keep the reps lower and then really focus on that quality rep. You can program them either separate from your bench day or as your second pressing movement after regular bench press. You can actually also do this with dumbbells, and you can even use this as a pause push-up as well. Accessory number 3, Romanian deadlifts, also called RDLs. Now, if your deadlift lockout, so the top of your deadlift is weak, your hamstrings are tight, or your lower back rounds when you lift, RDLs are basically non-negotiable. RDLs build hamstring strength through full range of motion. Your hamstrings are responsible for hip extension, which is what locks out your deadlift at the top. And if they're weak, you'll actually struggle at the top of the lift, or your hips will just shoot up a little bit too early. So RDLs teach you how to hinge properly. Now, a lot of people squat their deadlift instead of hinging at the hips, and RDLs actually force you to load your hamstrings and glutes correctly, which then will carry over to conventional or sumo deadlifts. Think of the difference between conventional and RDLs is RDLs touches the ground. You start from the ground, and RDLs start from the top. They also strengthen your lower back and spinal erectors. So when we hold weight in that hinged position, we're building endurance and stability throughout your entire posterior chain. It also builds some really badass grip strength as well. RDLs can be done with dumbbells, with kettlebells, and with a barbell, but let's say how to actually do them. Let me kind of walk you through how to do them. You're going to start by standing with the weight in your hands, barbell, dumbbells, kettlebells. You're going to push your hips back while keeping a slight bend in your knees. Your shins should stay mostly vertical, lowering the weight down your legs, keeping the bar close to your body until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Then you're going to drive your hips forward and stand back up. I like to use the cue, pretend like you are trying to shut the car door with just your butts. So also keep your back flat the entire time, no rounding. And you can do that by really engaging your lats, pretending like you have oranges in between your armpits and you're trying to squeeze them and make orange juice. So it's like you're squeezing orange juice and shutting the car door at the same time. When you're adding these to your programming, you want to do between about 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps, and you're going to rest for 2 to 3 minutes between sets. You want to use a way that challenges you, but also lets you maintain perfect form. Perfect. What's perfect mean? Your form best for you. And you're going to program these after your main deadlift or actually on a separate lower body day. So again, this accessory comes into play to helping that conventional deadlift. Accessory number 4 is a face pull. I actually wasn't a huge fan of them and then realized how incredible they are to have healthy shoulders and a strong overhead press. So face pulls are just like really one of the best exercises you can do. You can do them with a band or a cable machine. Yeah, I would say those are the 2 main things. But face pulls strengthen your rear delts and upper back, which most people neglect. This is so great for posture as well. So if you're doing a lot of pressing, like bench press, overhead press, push-ups, and not enough pulling, your shoulders will just naturally round forward and you're going to set yourself up for shoulder pain or impingement. Trust me, I have been there with the impingement. It's so easy to press rather than pull. And so we always add in a lot more rowing and pulling in our broads programming. They also improve shoulder stability, And strong rear delts help you control the bar during overhead press and keep your shoulders in a really safe position under load. They also balance out pressing work in general. So for every press you do, you should be doing at least one pull. Think of it like if you're going out and getting a drink out, you have to have a glass of water with that drink. Base pulls are just an easy, joint-friendly way to add pulling volume without beating up your body. So let's talk about how to do them. Cable machine is where I'll talk about, how to set this up. But basically, you want to set the cable about face height. I would say like right about your eyes. You're going to grab the rope attachment that you would for like tricep extensions. You're going to go palms facing each other, step back so there's tension on the cable. You can do this standing. I've done it kneeling, half kneeling, whatever feels more comfortable for you. But you're going to basically pull the rope towards your face, like I usually say like at your nose. You're going to drive your elbows back and then slightly out. And then at the end of the movement, your hands should be by your ears and your shoulder blades should be squeezed together at the top. And as you come back, just make sure you're controlling the weight back to the start of the cable machine and the cable machine is not pulling you back. So if we were programming this, we would want to usually I do a little bit higher reps here, 3 sets of 12 to 15, rest for maybe 90 seconds to about 2 minutes. This is not a heavy exercise. So you shouldn't be like gaining weight on this every single week. We're focusing on the control and the squeeze at the end. And I promise you can get so much out of this movement just with a lighter weight or even a band. Typically, I'll actually put them in some upper body warm-ups as well. But this is a really great movement as an accessory warm-up circuit or before you actually do any pressing for the day. Another really great one is a band pull apart. So if we're talking about bands. Accessory number 5. This is actually one of my favorites, but it didn't become one of my favorites until a couple years ago. But the pal-off press or a dead bug. I like a pal-off press a little bit more than a dead bug, but this one is for your core. I'm going to give you 2 options, pal-off press or dead bug. Now, both are incredible for building the kind of core stability that actually transfers to all big lifts. You can throw this in a warm-up sets. You can throw this throughout your workout at the end of the workout in the cool down. You can do this on your mobility day or your rest day. Highly recommend a little bit extra core work will go a long way when it comes to stability in your compound lifts. Now, most people think that core work means crunches and sit-ups and V-ups and leg raises, but your core's main job isn't to flex your spine. It's to resist movement and keep your spine stable under load. And that's exactly what a pal-off press and a dead bug train. So if your lower back hurts during squats or deadlifts, it's often because your core isn't actually braced properly. So these exercises specifically teach you how to create and maintain tension throughout your entire midsection. They also fix the energy leaks that happen when your core is weak. So if your torso shifts or twists during a heavy lift, you're losing power. So a strong, stable core means all your force goes into moving the weight, not compensating for instability. So let's break both of these down. Pal-off press, same thing with the face pulls, can be done with a cable machine or a resistance band. And you want to start it basically right at chest height. You're going to stand sideways to the anchor points. You're going to hold the handles at your chest with both hands, then press straight out in front of you. Now, the goal is to resist the pull of the band or machine trying to rotate you. You're going to hold for 2 seconds with your arms straight out in front of you and then bring it back to your chest. And you're going to repeat. So you're going to press it straight out, nice and strong core midsection, even feel it in your glutes, and then you'll repeat. Now, for dead bugs, you're going to lie on your back with your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Palms facing each other. Your knees are going to be bent at 90 degrees with your knees right over your hips. You're going to slowly lower your right arm overhead while straightening your left leg, hovering it just above the ground. Your low back should stay pressed into the floor the entire time. You'll return to start and switch sides. You can also do this same side. You can also do this holding a foam roller, an exercise ball, or something in between for that extra engagement as well. When you're programming these, you can do pal-off press for about 3 sets of 10 reps per side, maybe rest for 60 to 90 seconds in between sets. For dead bugs, 3 sets, maybe 8 to 10 reps per side. Same thing, about 60 to 90 seconds between sets. Again, where you're programming these, you can put them at the end of your workout or maybe as part of your warm-up. They don't need to be heavy. They do not need to be heavy or super hard, honestly. They just need to be consistent. And I would highly recommend you doing them maybe even once a workout, to be honest with you. You can do a lot of anything anti-rotational would be super helpful for compound lifts, but just like feeling better in your programming. So I know this one was a quickie, 5 exercises that are actually going to move the needle for your bigger lifts. All these accessory movements are so helpful. Number 1, your favorite, Bulgarian split squats. Remember, they fix your squat depth, your knee cave, and your glute weakness. Number 2 was that paused bench press. This is going to fix your sticking point and lockout strength on your bench. Number 3, Romanian deadlift. These are going to build your hamstring strength and fix your deadlift lockout and just overall. I think Bulgarians and Romanians are my 2 favorite lower body exercises of all time. Maybe step up. Yeah, Bulgarians top. Number 4, also very underrated, face pulls. These strengthen your rear delts and keep your shoulders healthy for pressing. So remember, if we're doing a lot of pressing, we got to get those rows, those pulls, those face pulls. And then number 5 was your Palloff press or dead bug. These build core stability that supports every single lift. Highly recommend adding those in. So important. This is what really matters. Like sometimes we think about just like adding more and more and more weight and work, and accessory work isn't just a filler. It's actually the work that fixes a lot of those weak links, helps mitigate injuries, and gets you pushed past that plateau. The great thing is you don't need a ton of volume. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. It's not like a ton of time. Just pick accessories that target your specific weaknesses and program them strategically. So here's my challenge for you. And I love to give these to you. And I would love to hear how it goes in your programming this week. Pick one of these 5 exercises that you add to your training. So remember, if your squat needs work, start with Bulgarian split squats. If your bench press is stalling, try that paused bench. If your deadlift lockout is weak, program RDLs. Maybe just pick one and see what happens. If you really liked this, gosh, I could do probably a whole nother episode on 5 more that would help some of your other lifts overall. But I hope that you loved this episode. I love you. And if you love me and this podcast in general, please leave a rating or review, share it with a friend who's ready to level up their lifting and get more women on the Broads podcast. I love hearing from you. I love when you send me messages and say that you are listening to this podcast. It means the world. I will also tell you that we have fully surpassed that 1 million downloads. I'm so, so, so honored to be in your ears once a week, every Tuesday. And just like a quick backstory, it's every Tuesday for over 2.5 years or so that we've been consistent AF. We started out as the Terra Talk, and now we are the Broads podcast so that we can talk about a ton of different things and I can have a lot of great guests on the show. But I am just so honored that you are here, that you want to hear from me. I've been in the fitness industry for close to 15 years at this point, and I can't believe people still want to hear my voice. So I appreciate you. I love you. And please, would mean the world to me to write, review, write an actual review, because the stars are cool, but they don't count as much as an actual review. So do that for me, please. Okay, bye.